Hey, AfterBuzzers, welcome to the Angie Tribeca After Show. Tonight we're breaking down Episode 9, Contains Graphic Designer Violence. We're going to find out why it's always good to have your playbill with you. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We got you back. I feel like we need to scream.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Angie Tribeca After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. The whole panel back all
back together. Frank is back from his national travels.
Oh, my national travels. That's right. National hero. Right there. There you go.
How was the trip? Was good?
It was fantastic. Yes, all those dogs. There was no Hoffman there, but all the other dogs are still very nice.
Okay, that's
For people who don't know what you were doing, 10-second recap, what were you doing?
It was the Hero Dog Awards, just doing profile pieces on 4 of the 8 nominated hero dogs.
Wow.
Frank was hanging out with dogs all
Love
last
it.
That's right. There
How
you go.
jealous can we all be?
Arson dog, law dog, search and rescue dog.
Who won, though? Who was your favorite dog?
Mine is the arson dog. We'll see what his chances are.
Arson dog?
The arson dog, yeah. Their noses are trained so well that they can detect the most minute particles of an accelerant that possibly could be used in an arson fire.
Wow.
Yes.
Brilliant.
They're incredible.
Amazing.
The arson dogs are incredibly talented dogs.
Man, nothing like a dog to make you feel like you haven't accomplished anything. In your life.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
that's right. I can smell pizza pretty good. But that's about where my senses have been
It's
dialed in
something.
at.
Speaking of which, tonight's episode, anybody hungry now?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I wonder what I'm
Great
hungry
plug-in.
for, though. What am I
Great
hungry?
plug-in.
I don't know exactly what I'm hungry for. Well, as we said, I'm Frank. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
I'm Nikki Preston. You can follow me everywhere at Nikki Preston TV.
I'm Michael Clouse. You can follow me on Twitter at Michael Clouse TV, on Instagram at The Only MC, Snapchat, and also, Instagram, you can now do Snapchat videos.
Wait, what?
As nobody knows, Instagram released today the option to do Snapchat type 10-second videos.
Look at that.
So,
Check it out.
Is there even a need for Snapchat to me to get it anymore?
No need.
You got
I
my
don't think
Instagram. You can do my. It sucks though. I am already 1,000 different places with social media, and now I'm feeling like I'm having to choose between my children.
Yeah.
And I'm not old enough to choose between. I am old enough, but I'm not old enough.
It's a dilemma.
It's a dilemma.
I hope you figure it out. Let us know.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nadine's
I'll
really excited.
Snapchat and let you know.
Insta-snap me. My name is Nadine, Della, and you can find me at NadineDP3 on Instagram.
Only
Only.
Instagram.
She made her choice. She's sticking with it.
Exactly.
Do it.
I'm an adult.
Good for you.
Before we get on with the episode at hand, first we'll say you can like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel, chat away. We'd love to hear your comments even after the show's over. But before we get started on this episode, we should just do a quick bet update. Whilst I was gone, episodes 7 and 8 aired, and I did not see any lip locking going on there, so I
No.
feel like we all
Nothing in
watched
this
that.
one.
Yeah.
We're all
Man, we're all losers.
losers.
Can't always win. You can't win them all.
No, that's true. But the person that lost first should probably pay up to everybody else. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it works,
As
right?
I mentioned last week, there is still only one winner among us.
That was last season.
Yeah,
that
no, we
doesn't
can't take
count.
it back
No.
from the top.
Still have the medal,
Doesn't count.
figuratively.
All right.
No, it's in your stomach. The Pop-Tart. You don't know.
Oh, man.
So we will get to this episode here. Episode 9, only one more episode left, guys. This one was containing graphic designer violence, and we started right off the episode with that. We see graphic designer working on some Mayor Perry campaign graphics there, and then we
Yep.
see somebody across the way, some assassin, some masked assassin, which I did like him trying to assemble his gun with IKEA plans.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just moved. I just went through that. You need to be a builder to put this stuff together. All the parts, and then we have extra screws at the end, and we're
Yeah.
like, it's a little lopsided, but it works, I guess.
Everyone gets to that point where there's extra things at the end, and you're like, how important is this?
Yeah.
You know, it runs, it works.
Well, it's important if you're trying to go kill someone and there's no trigger.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yes.
when you realize it's
You
important.
know, you're scaling the
Yeah.
importance of parts. Trigger is very important. when you're
Trigger's
talking about
kind of up there, you know, maybe somewhere if it's a gun. But I loved how they called it Okia instead of IKEA. If you looked at the paper,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it said Okia, and in like multiple places, and I was cracking up. I was like, this is great. I'm not even trying to hide it.
So sadly, the gunman does not effectively build the gun if it gets a trigger, so it goes downstairs and just clubs him with the gun. Yeah, there you go.
You
Take
know.
matters in your own hands. Why not? Yeah.
The gun can be used many ways.
There you go.
Exactly. And I love it. He's just a graphic designer. We don't need him. Kill him. Who cares?
What I do like as we get into this episode, just like the disregard that everybody has just for the graphic designer in this world. Just like
Yeah.
everybody just hates on the graphic designer.
Where did that come
I
from?
never knew there was so much hate for graphic designers.
Maybe that's the thing, is that there isn't at all. Nobody would ever want to kill. Like, graphics are, they're cool. They make all this fun stuff. Look behind us, you know? So maybe that's the Angie Tribeca version of they deserve it.
Well, we do find out when we check in with Angie this episode. I mean, given what's been happening there with Pepper being back, him being behind Mayhem Global, Angie's kind of, up in there. She's, kind of off balance there. And so Giles notices that. He's like, Angie's not herself. She's really checked out. Yeah, and the lieutenant gives her a book. Gives Giles a book. Changing badge.
Yeah.
I felt like this episode there was a lot of actual crime solving and people knew stuff.
They're actually intelligent.
Yeah, they were actually intelligent. Good, bad, did we like that? I mean, even towards the end when it's like, Giles is really presenting actual arguments and points and saying, I know this, and then you're like, wow, that's true.
Yeah.
He's saying the truth.
I loved it, but it took, putting Angie in that position, putting her behind bars, to actually make them want to go out and solve a case and do something.
Well, I think it depends. Like, this season's so much been more has a narrative hook throughout the whole season, as opposed to last year's, which was just more kind of one-offs. But occasionally, maybe a runner or two, especially with Giles and Tribeca's relationship. But overall, this has a really big overarching story arc. So it depends. I can see ways you're getting near the end. You need to have this character start putting stuff together so you can actually reach an ending to the story.
Yeah, we're 4 to 5 episodes along the Mayhem Global plot line.
Yeah, and I think it's either two things. It's either that Angie's the one who's been kind of holding everyone back this whole time with kind of the stupid stuff that they do, or that's
point.
one theory, or it's just the fact that she's gone makes people just get into high gear and like, okay, well, we need to get her out now, so what are we going to do? And then they figure it out that way. But maybe it's the first one. Maybe it's just Angie who holds them all back.
Are you saying that the men are more intelligent?
No, because they follow the woman, and then she's gone, and they don't know what to do, and then they get smart.
Don't look at me. I was not going to follow you on that one.
Thank you.
I caught a wink from Frank to say that.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering why. Maybe he had something in his eye.
There you go. And I do like Shoals that her bit was that he doesn't have to worry about backing up his work because he's already in the cloud.
I love that joke.
There were a lot of great jokes this episode that weren't corny. They were just good, fun jokes.
They were, scale of 1 to 10 on the jokes.
Yeah.
7, 8? I'd say 8.
Oh, okay. Oh, 8 jokes you liked, or a scale?
8 out of 10.
Oh, I was like, I don't know how many I like.
Count your specific jokes.
Yeah, I was
Come
like,
on, Nikki.
The
3,
joke scale, 8 out of 10?
Yeah. I'd even go at 8.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd even throw it up a notch.
Well, look at you. I did like that joke was punctuated, especially watching with closed captioning on. Like, low trombone noise plays in the distance.
Yes, you can hear that in the background.
So we do find out that as Gal shares with Tanner, like, man, I don't know what's going on with Tribeca. She's going through some changes, and then Hoffman realizes, like, yep. I mean, Tanner realizes like Hoffman went through that as well too.
Yeah, that was what's hilarious. And maybe that's where Hoffman's been this whole time.
Hey,
Hoffman just went off the deep end, kind of like Angie, but
He's not as main a character,
Yeah.
sadly. So it is.
yeah, so you can't
prolific.
really see his story. I'm waiting for the spin-off series.
Oh, no.
Hoffman goes wild.
I will admit, given when I first heard about the series and that they're going to have a dog police officer just treated as an equal, I was expecting so much more. And I feel like Hoffman's just been kind of like just disregarded.
And finally he's back in this episode, but he wasn't in what, 2, 3
Yeah, I don't know.
episodes?
I think the best thing is probably to replace him with like an arson dog, or do you know any connections,
Actually
Frank,
does.
of some action hero dogs that could
That's-
fill in and do some tricks and some hardcore?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Judge, the arson dog, he's getting close to retirement, so I mean, he needs something else to do in the meantime.
Have him come to
Hey,
Hollywood.
we're too old
Yes.
for Hollywood.
We'll make you a star.
That's right. We do find out, though, that possibly one person that could be a suspect there is a microbrewery guy who was kind of mad about the way that our graphic designer designed his label for his microbrew. So
falsely wrong. He
Yes.
realizes.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, this does make sense.
I do like where Giles goes and try. His fact was that do you know 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 100 years?
Sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
You can't argue with math like that.
Yeah, and you realize at the end, well, I did. I realized at the end that it was only one keg that they were moving. For the
Yeah.
first 30 seconds at least, I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was
back.
actually listening, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then I was like, wait, there's only one keg in that whole truck.
He has to
It
do
took
it all.
me a while, and then I was like, oh, Nadine, come on.
Yeah, he was moving the same keg back and forth
Yeah.
and back and forth.
Yeah.
Then gets helped to get it thrown in the garbage, and then has to go into the garbage.
the garbage.
It's great.
Oh man, and you know what? I think the name calling was a little too much. A ducking armhole.
Oh, wow.
Come on now.
Yeah.
There's a line. he crossed it.
My mama taught me better. I don't know about his, so.
Did you though?
Now, of course, before they know that it was probably his proper expression, Tanner thinks it was just a misspelling. An autocorrect kind of went wrong kind of
Yeah.
there. So, if what is your worst autocorrect that you've ever had?
Oh gosh, I can't say some stuff.
Yeah.
Nadine.
They autocorrects to like bad things that like I didn't mean to say, So I mean, we won't. Yeah.
No?
I hate autocorrect. Let's just throw that
Yeah.
out there.
I love the pictures that you go online and like the best autocorrects from parents
Oh yeah.
who have sent stuff to their kids. And,
Yeah.
Or even the kids, they've taken it a step further and that they've gone in and programmed the phone so when they type something, it purposely autocorrects to something
Yes.
else.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
sneaky.
hilarious.
I think Ellen has a segment on that where she has the worst autocorrects every week or whatever.
That's
It's-
great.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But then when you need them to correct something, it seems like they don't correct it, and then I don't know. Sometimes I got some crazy words. They aren't even words
Yeah.
going out there.
It's, well, the worst is when you're stuck in that loop where you're typing something and it autocorrects to what you don't want. And you send it like, I'm sorry, and you try to correctly. I meant to say this, but it's autocorrects.
And
You're
Right
like,
again.
Dang it. Stop it. I'm doing this to me.
Does Tribeca correct anyone's phone to a capital C,
Yes.
capital B?
Yep. Absolutely. I'm like, where does that come from?
Why is there? I type Tribeca and it's TRI
Oh,
capital.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's what you're talking
Thank
about.
goodness.
I think
it
it
frustrates me all the time.
Me too.
The only thing I can think of that's Tribeca is in New York City.
Yeah.
The borough Tribeca. I don't think that's how it's spelled.
I
at
know. I don't
all.
think it's
There's not
capitalized
a-
like that.
I don't get it.
So I
Yeah.
don't know.
And for some reason, I thought, did I misspell it once? And it's just
That's
thinking
what
that
I
that's what it
thought.
is. But
Yeah,
because
nope.
it annoys, I'm glad to know that because I was going
This helps
so
me too.
crazy.
Yeah.
It drives me
too.
wild every time.
Look at this, almost two seasons in, we finally just shared this
cracked the
I know,
case.
wow.
horrible
Yeah.
secret.
We were all
amongst
so
us all.
embarrassed of
Well
our
done,
own
yeah.
spelling, we're all of our own grammar. We're like, we're not going to tell anyone else on the panel about this.
But we find somebody else that's harboring a secret, doesn't want to really share, is Angie, because she's at the office and she's, just drinking out of paper bags, making
Drinking
drinks
everything
making
out of-
drinks out of blended paper blenders. Yep.
Bong. Everything in a paper bag doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. Like if it's in a brown paper bag, you're good. You can do anything you want with it at any place at any time.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
I mean,
I was like,
Oh,
what are you doing?
it's only 6:45 here. We got
Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
There we go.
well, I guess because as Lieutenant says before, it's like every officer reaches a point where they start kind of getting jaded by the system. They don't exactly trust it. They're not sure what's going on anymore, and so they think that Angie's going in on this. Based on what you've seen so far, do you think it's for real, or do you think she's playing a con?
I think it's for real. I think she's actually really fed up because I think we spoke about this, how the past 2 or 3 episodes, the end of it, it's her just coming to this realization and just actually saying it out loud that she doesn't like the system. She hates how it's working. And so now we're finally seeing her actions based upon her feelings. So I think it all is real. I think it's actually what she's, doing.
I asked myself that same question midway where I have it in here of, is she faking to try to help them catch like the trail in her apartment that Giles sees? Would she have left that up knowing that they would follow and then obviously maybe could free her a little bit? But I think there's a tough line of being in too far and not having an out because you're connected no matter what, and then you're guilty. So I think that I think she's in on it. I really do. I think she's not faking it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn. I definitely can see it both ways, and I feel like it's Angie Tribeca, so maybe they'll surprise us in some way, and it'll be something completely different that we don't even expect. That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, I know I was gone for the episode when they finally do meet each other again. Pepper and Tribeca get reunited, but it almost seemed like she so easily just kind of believed everything that he was saying. Just was right on board with
Yeah.
that, and they just so easily reconnected. I'm thinking even if through his story, at least he kind of felt like he needed to get out of the system and kind of go off on his own. But he was gone for so long and doesn't reach out to Tribeca.
Yeah.
I felt like she's so easily just like, all right, yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I think I half believe that because I do agree. Like in the beginning, it was just like, oh, he's here, and it wasn't like that kind of big of a deal. But I think that she didn't initially follow him though. She was initially confused, and that's how I was saying. Like the end of a couple episodes is when she was like, I hate the system, based upon her experiences. And I think
Yeah.
Pepper just made her more aware of how all the faults in the system, and now she's finally like, okay, he's kind of right.
And with
So-
Angie, you never know what to believe. This
Yeah.
show, you don't know if they're joking or not joking or what's going on. I think that's one of the good things about it.
Yeah.
I definitely like the
Especially in this
darker
case.
side, though. Yeah,
I do
I
too.
like seeing Angie, drinking out of her paper cups and whatever.
Have you done that?
I like having a relatable
yeah,
character.
I have, actually. I was pledging my sorority, though, and they kidnapped me, and I had to drink a 40, like chug it in the back seat out of a paper bag.
Wow.
Yeah, no
Did
sorority.
you finish it all?
I did.
Yeah?
I had to, yeah. Yeah, I finished it, and then they took me to the bar and made me drink more, and I don't remember much after that, to be honest.
All right.
But you made it. But you made
Angel's
it.
a girl after your own heart.
Well, we figure it seems like the trail's running cold, and as Giles and Tanner tell the lieutenant, I think we can't find it, and I like the lieutenant is like, well, we tried our best. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We're good to go. But they end up finding Scholes finds a rifle that was just buried, that was tossed in a dumpster across the street. So when they figure out that it was actually checked out of police evidence the day before, it's checked out by Angie Tribeca.
A Tribeca, and is that my Angie?
Like they're all in disbelief that
Yeah.
this could actually, be a thing.
Another thing like that just seems almost too, getting back to is she faking, is she not, seems almost too much
Well,
that she would
yeah.
do that.
But also, if the end goal is for her to actually get in jail so she can plan with Durant,
That's
then
true.
she had to make it
Yeah,
obvious,
that's
you know,
true.
and that, so she's not fake if she actually wants to speak with her like that. But also, in the past episode, when she's went and visited her at the jail, she didn't need to get arrested to have a conversation with this woman.
Exactly.
So she could she's a cop. She can go speak to anyone she wants to go speak to. So, I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe it is the magician wanting to make the ultimate escape. I thought that was.
Yeah, that was
Tanner.
that was true. Yep.
Or she's going to sneak Durant out of jail.
Maybe.
Ooh.
But would it be easier to do that from the outside?
No, you have to get inside and then break. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
But then you realize that
break out.
Angie made it this easy for the cops to find it because she realizes that all the male cops are dum-dums. So, she's got to make it so easy for them to be able to figure out this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Michael does not like that idea.
No.
Nope, he does not subscribe to that opinion.
I don't see what the positive in them knowing. I mean, to get her in prison, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. That's the only answer, but it doesn't really make sense if she
Yeah.
wants to just have a conversation about,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not very true. But Giles wants to figure out what it is too. So he goes to her apartment, and I do like that he uses just a giant key
Yeah.
That was
placemat.
That was cool.
hilarious.
Just to be able to turn the key. What a huge, enormous lock that she has.
Do you guys do that though? Do you put keys under the mat? I'm like, it's so obvious. If anyone wanted to break in, that's the first place you should check.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I get away from that, but occasionally you'd put up on top, like on the door, on on top of the ceiling.
So that's where your key is, Frank? On top?
We're gonna break in.
Not after
Frank also
7
lives-
o'clock tonight.
No.
Frank also lives at 9401 Cantor Chase Drive.
Come on over, guys. Key, you know where the key's at. Come on in. We'll grab a drink. We'll catch up. Talk about Angie Tribeca.
Fridge is fully stocked.
Yeah, make yourself at home. I got a PS3. Haven't got a PS4 yet, so it's not going to be as up to date.
Are you doing
Sorry,
that
guys.
Pokemon though, or are you just staying with PS? The Pokemon Go stuff. I
I've not gotten the Pokemon
too
Go yet.
crazy, too crazy out there.
No?
Is anybody Pokemon Go here?
No, too much exercise.
Nobody? Thank goodness.
Too much
Fist bump
exercise.
all around. I'm really proud of all of us.
Me too in the booth.
Yeah, you're not a Pokemon Go?
Not a Pokemon Go.
You know
God,
what?
oh my
Air
God.
fist bump.
It's like
well
such a
done.
waste of
We
time.
are good people.
My
That's what
roommate,
that is.
all day long, doing it constantly in the living room, jogging. I'm like, would you just put the phone down? Can we talk for a second? Can we have a conversation?
But how are you going to get Pikachu?
Exactly.
Or Salamander,
Yeah.
or whatever.
They
Yeah.
made a Ghostbusters one that you see ghosts
Oh.
out and, a paranormal.
God,
Oh.
better
That
now.
would have been so cool as
Might be
opposed to,
coming.
catch Pokemon.
Plus the stories of people finding dead bodies or walking off a cliff or getting robbed in a certain spot
Getting
that
hit
people
by
are
a
waiting for
car.
them, getting hit by a car. Come on, people.
And then trying to sue Pokemon Go for getting hit by a car on a freeway. Like, what?
Yeah, so this is the last time you're going to hear James because he's going off to sell this idea, make millions. So this is the last time you're going to hear from James.
Yeah.
Just follow him on Instagram. See him leading that big baller lifestyle now with all those riches he's going to make after this cool ghost busting app. Now, but I do like that when Giles goes to Tribeca's department, there's that moment where he actually calls her Angela.
Yeah,
He is really serious with it. Continuing with the relationship. Asked earlier if he wants to go get a drink.
Yeah.
Calls her Angela. Different life. Talks about the child. You
Yeah.
never see her, but we are
Yes.
raising a
And I
child
love-
together.
Yeah, he's worried about her. He loves her. He's really concerned. I think now we're just seeing, Giles out of the whole, infatuation love. It's that serious, like, hard love. Like, I need to protect you now. Now he's
You know who
becoming
wouldn't do
a
that?
man in a...
Pepper wouldn't do that. Team Giles.
Oh.
No.
There you go.
That's true. He
Let's
wouldn't.
not- let's-
I like it though.
love my
Angie's like
Pepper.
blowing him off, not caring, making Giles work even harder than he already has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he ends up having to arrest her, and they bring her out, and everybody from the precinct is like, gotta let you go.
I love this. He was like, "This is not as hot as I was expecting it to be."
Exactly.
And then your favorite moment.
Yeah, Nadine was so excited. She was like, watch the screen. Watch the screen, you guys.
Look at this.
I came in as they were watching it at the right time, and it was right when Hoffman was about to appear on camera for the first time in a couple episodes. I was like, "Guys, watch!" And they look at me. I was like, "No, damn TV!" And there he was. But I think when Giles was in Angie's apartment, one of my favorite jokes was she's like, "Oh no, I'm not going anywhere." He goes, "You have your bag packed and like you have a plane ticket, and it looks like you're going like to Mexico or something." And what did she say? She said, "Me gusta la leche a Mexico," and she just stared. And it was one of the funniest jokes the way she presented it. I clearly
Which
cannot
in
give it.
Spanish means I want milk
Oh yeah,
from
sorry.
Mexico.
I want milk from Mexico, which is I'm just going to get milk in Mexico,
Yeah.
basically.
So
It was
for
fun.
sure, Nadine liked one joke. in
That
this
was
episode.
hilarious, and I'm like not even telling it right. But you guys all saw it, y'all. You guys get it.
You know.
You know what
You
I'm
know.
talking about. It's fine.
Now, while she's arrested, though, she does do the scene which I thought was kind of where the internal affairs Lucan comes and talks to her, and I thought like, that scene was just kind of a dud for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like even the scene not the confession scene. Well, there was a confession there, and like the grilling a little bit. Yeah. It wasn't terrible. I didn't get the hat joke though.
That's her statement.
Yeah,
That was a statement.
Yeah.
Her fashion
Oh,
statement.
Just making-
fashion state. Got it.
Yeah, and she just didn't know she wanted to be guilty, so she wasn't like she was protecting herself or
Yeah.
anything. And
Yeah.
that's it. Yep, take me. Yep, okay, cool.
But that did kind of lead right into our next one, where we have Giles, Lieutenant, and Tanner in his lieutenant's office. They're debating what to do, and then the Little Caesars comes in.
Yeah.
And man, just in case you guys, you didn't really know,
So hungry.
Little Caesars, guys, they do $5 pizzas. Fantastic.
They made that pizza look great.
That
A lot of
was
times when you get that
so
pizza, it does
good.
not look
No.
like that.
No.
But I'm just confused about why they've decided randomly this season to just put in the product placement. Like that, you did it every episode last season, and this season
first
it's just
half it wasn't. There was like
sporadic.
nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, are they losing money now and they need some more like money for the episodes? Like, what's going on?
I
wonder.
don't mind it though.
Oh, I don't mind it at all. I'm just curious about it.
I know. I like Little Caesars pizza in general.
Yeah. Well,
used
Breadsticks.
to.
Little Caesars breadsticks.
the crazy bread? All right, that's where it's
Good.
at.
I feel like
Yeah.
it used to be good. Honestly, years ago, maybe I was just so little that any pizza tasted good. And
Yeah.
over the years, I don't think it's that great anymore, to be honest.
What's your favorite type of pizza?
Pizza
of the
Hut
main chains?
pan pizza with the
pan,
crispy
Nikki.
pepperoni. Oh my gosh.
Crispy- you had everything
gosh.
except for the pan, Nikki. Otherwise, we could have gone out for pizza after. But nope, that's not gonna happen.
Nada.
Pan
Nope.
pizza's great. Okay,
Oh,
Nikki, I'll go
no,
with you.
no.
Okay.
Too much crust.
Honestly, I'm almost 100% Italian. I've had some amazing pizza in New York City, and Pizza Hut pan pizza is like right up there.
It's the greasiness.
Better than
Yeah.
New York City pizza?
Well, it's different. I like that a lot too, but it's not Pizza Hut.
They're different.
That's
That's
They're
what makes
different.
it so good. Is it's not Pizza Hut.
Well, Pizza Hut's just Pizza Hut. It's not pizza. It's like their own brand of food. It's like the
Exactly.
Olive Garden isn't
true.
Italian food. It's
Yeah.
the Olive Garden food. You know what I mean?
It's
It's
true.
one of those things.
Well, I feel like at least with pizza, like me watching people lift pizza off the tray and cheese stringing after that is cool. What's funny but not enticing to me is seeing people just chew on pizza, because I was like, I don't need to see the close-up shots of like
Yeah.
like Giles and Lieutenant just eating that pizza. It made me laugh, but it was like, doesn't make me excited about this pizza in any way, shape, or form. But they all realize after that, though, they have a personal connection. This time it really is personal.
It's personal.
Yeah, Angie's my partner.
You know it's personal?
Yeah, that's
Did you
right.
know it's personal?
I have no idea. What does that
personal.
mean?
That was dumb. I didn't like that at all.
She's my boss.
Kept
I'm her
going.
boss. She's my employee. We have a relationship. I'm emotionally invested, no matter what the outcome.
I thought the custodian one was.
That was the best part.
I thought that was.
That was
There was
hilarious.
one point. I helped her. She helped me with my keys.
This is personal. Let's go. So then Giles, although it was so personal that we only see Giles on the real investigation.
Yeah. Mhm.
So like, where'd everybody else go? But he goes back to Tribeca's department, follows all the string in the apartment, leading conveniently to the closet where they have killed Mayor Perry. So Giles figures out he's got the idea, like, this is what the plan is. That's what we now got to figure out. Can we? Goes back and tells the lieutenant. I like the lieutenant's thing is like, wait, make sure you register girlcopsbehindbars.com. That's the first thing.
So that joke was hilarious.
Register that domain.
That was
joke
perfect.
Good. Yeah, they're gonna hook up.
Yeah, and something we didn't really talk about was just Schul's and Giles' relationship this episode too.
Yeah.
I'm just getting sick of just every time they chat, it has to be about, oh, you broke my heart, blah, blah. Like, can we just get over that already? And I hope that by Giles, she's like, all I wanted you ever was to look at me the way you look at Angie. And then he does the look.
Oh, Michael's doing it right now.
Yeah.
He's giving Nadine the look.
She's a lucky girl. And that's what happened.
Guys, that was
And
not a scene
I hope-
reenactment. That was real here in the studio.
And I hope after that moment they had together that now they can just, clean the slate, and now we can have Schul's in like a different position and stuff,
Yeah.
that she's not just, like
She
heartbroken
can find someone to
still.
make him jealous.
Yeah, because she said about Angie, she's like, oh, I thought her life sentence could be our happily ever after. And it's like,
what she
oh,
wants?
cry me a
Is that what you
river,
want?
girl.
It's
like,
only been a
just
few
stop.
episodes, though. You gotta.
It feels like it's been forever. I just can't handle it anymore. So hopefully that's done now.
Well, now, the deal is, as we were wrapping up, we figured out, like, Tribeca wants to get arrested. She wants to go to prison, maybe hook up with Duran to do something Mayhem Global, maybe kill the mayor. That's the deal. Is Angie in on it or not? We're going to find out in the season finale next week. So odds are right now, if you just had to answer based on what you've seen this episode, is she in on it or not?
In on it.
In on it. Actually,
Oh.
He wants to win this bet really bad.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. And I actually want to point out real quick when I thought it was an interesting subliminal thing when Giles was going alone to try to figure all of it out. I think it was subliminal of like he shows how much he cares about her, that he's doing this almost on like his off time or really just putting in all that extra work. I think subliminally that's what it was supposed to show.
Yeah.
Possibly. But I believe I'm 50% sure that she is not in on it.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Such strong conviction.
Don't
from
buy a
Michael
lotto
Klaus.
ticket.
Nikki?
At first I was gonna say she wasn't, just because you guys were all saying she's in on it, but I'm really torn. But I'm gonna say she's in on it.
Sadly, I think she's in on it now, and it's going to be Giles that's going to be able to pull her back. Yeah.
I like that.
So, yeah, the power of love, guys.
Yeah. See?
It's a curious thing. That's right.
We're all like, love.
Come on, it makes one man weak, makes another man sing. That's right,
wants me
guys.
in
Schul's
love?
be a
Oh, man.
baby. Goodness.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Angie Tribeca, folks. But you, as always, can like us on Facebook, follow us on iTunes, or follow us on iTunes. Sure, give us 5 stars on iTunes as well. But you can follow us on Twitter. Talk about the show even after it's over. Yeah. Nadine, where can they find you to talk about
Or see some of those dance moves.
You can find me everywhere at Nadine DP and the number 3.
You can find me on Instagram at @TheOnlyMC, on Twitter at Clouse TV. Don't worry about Snapchat anymore. We got live Instagram videos.
Michael's made his choice.
Oh, well, I don't discriminate. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you name it. Nikki Preston TV.
And you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. We'll be back next week to break down the season finale of Angie Tribeca. Michael Klaus is also going to take his shirt off.
Yeah.
Get excited,
What's up,
everybody.
what's up?
That's
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.